So let me see whether we're able to forget this young man on the phone. Yeah, let me see whether we'll forget this young man on the phone. All right, luckily for us, he's picked up the phone. If you can just stay on standby for 1 minute, please. So ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I want to introduce the man who we're about for interview, or more like the way how we talk about more like a conversation here today. We're going to be having a conversation rather than the kind of traditional interview. So without wasting any more time, because we go far deep into time, and tomorrow Monday we get forgot about with businesses and etc. The man we're about for talk to, or what we're about for a reform, is almost like an household name. I don't want to classify him as such for now because I ain't get no tangible proof, but I know say a very, very dominant in social media, and he don't make a name for himself, whether not controversially and etc. Because of course not everybody get for agree. People always sabi him from a young time up to the position where they now, a kind of known as daddy. You know that common name na Salon Daddy. So anybody we call on that name, they of course na person we go back to in roots. This man na Kisi born, but he managed for live na places like Calbatong. He attended the St. Edward School. He played football for a club called Easy Living within a Calbatong. He also played for another club we call Furabe Junior. Of course, this na Furabe Road or somewhere around there. He also managed another club with then called Zone 8. This one also a bond na Kisi. And of course, this man, some people like for say, of course, na hero to some people, because I sure say what they say, it go down well with some people, and other people it not go down with them at all. So for some reason, we go say he's controversial and he divide opinion right in the middle. Sometimes, you know, yeah, known as being hot-headed, because when you're ready, it can just flow. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is none other than the man where we all don't come for no. Now we parlor them, now we living room them, now we dining room them. Is Mr. Adebayor. Then and now, please welcome Mr. Adebayor. And Adebayor, welcome to the program. Then and now.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to this program today. For a very long time, I don't hear about this program, you know. And I believe say I make a point of duty because so many people are me again under this program. And first of all, a good deal to everybody who will watch and will listen to everybody within the corner. Thank you very much for having me.
No worries at all. It's a pleasure for having you on the program. Okay. Let me just go straight into business. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll not be able to capture Mr. Adebayor live on the platform where we broadcast from, but notwithstanding, because of modern technology, you can see the phone and the image right now the screen. That is the man himself, Mr. Adebayor. For some of you now, we only don't hear his voice. Well, this is not the picture of the man or the video of the man who will get live right now. So now get straight into business, Mr. Adebayor. The conversation, I've been saying we have a conversation today instead of the traditional interview. And this is based mainly on what you can put out there to the public. That's what I want to talk about today. And we listen to them, then they will tweet. Okay, so I want to take you back in July. This now some time ago in July. Now one of you audio tapes. But before I do so, I want to give you an opportunity for let you tell the public, the listening public right now, and the thousands of people that we get for your read this broadcast around the world, okay, waiting now the essence behind your program, Love Salon and Left by That. Waiting really it is, waiting at the objective, which you aim for achieve, and the rest of it. Will you tell the people, please?
First of all, thank you very much because this is a question where so many people can ask. Me, I one time, Sierra Leone, and we believe in Sierra Leone too much, you understand? And when you believe, when you love your country, a faith, you understand?
Yeah.
Me, I one time, Sierra Leone, we're fortunate for belonging an organization we want to bring Africa together. Where this organization will call ADH, Africa Liquid. We will try to bring Africa together. Like, we too, as a Sierra Leonean, be fortunate for being at this organization. And I become the luckiest one for being the chairman at that time. You understand? Then we will work with the late man when I Gaddafi in Libya and Belgium, right? We try a lot to bring Africa together. We are one part of the movement. This will make a travel a lot to Africa, right? Just after 2011, when we get the loss of Gaddafi, then things begin go bad, like everybody find the way out. Then me as somebody will get passion for the country. Me as somebody will love the country so much. Many people when they live with me, they know they are capable of things they want to do. I can even do things beyond imagination at the age, like people can surprise. I always can do big things when I small till they come up. So like I believe I always ask God, I say, God, direct me, help me in any way to make I help the people in a salon who need help. That's my prayer all the time. So when this organization go away, I decide to change the name to Love Salon and live by that. Because I observe one thing in the salon, that's the one part of the thing where they kill win a salon. You will look at company, you hate it for nothing. You will look at company because they less fly, or because they owe money, or because God will bless it, you hate it for nothing. You understand? So that come about from previous name, Love Salon and Love Badad. And this particular name, now Libya, that I read the listening. You understand? Now Libya, I read the listening, Love Salon, Love Badad. We are just want to let everybody know. And I always ask God, say, when I make me way to here, I will tell you best. Let's see how best, how to help the Iranian, they will need help. The Iranians, they will help the country, they will show you the Iranian. So that's the way this thing came about, a former organization. When I came to Malta, Italy, I still go to the program, they came to Germany. Now, when you Love Salon get massive people there. The network very powerful because we get people all over the world. What Sierra do, we get member there. We go across the world. You understand? So that sometimes I can tell people and say, "Na me una sabi," but Love Salon organization we're very powerful, we're very unique, and we're very straightforward to help Sierra. So that's the way the meaning the name come.
All right. Let me take a look deep into this now, because you sound very much like you started off as a community person with your country very much at heart, but it sounds very much like, say, it don't become very, very political, and we go see whether this is true. So I want to take you back in one of your audio then back in July 2016, where governments just change hand at your country, where you're so passionate about, where you can talk about. You talk about fuel subsidy, okay? And you talk about basic things them, like currency exchange, the buying of crepe, the exchange rate where you go buy them for na Holland as opposed to wait you go buy them for na Freetown. And then you talk about the president still leave na a hotel instead of a move na lodge. First of all, I want to ask you, you get any idea about economics? Because the way how you can translate the cost of living on one side as opposed to the cost of living on the other side, and blaming them on the government, which of course you get your right to. How much do you understand economics, and how much economics you will say you understand?
Like I can say, when I want to tell somebody, I get travel experience. Not only I can oversee, but like West Africa, Africa as a whole, I travel a lot to so many countries. Then I can see the lifespan of Sierra Leoneans, right? The standard of living in Sierra Leone, to be honest with you, like before, the kind of way I see how people they spend money per food. People when they spend money, and there are things that happen and I go down the way with me as a whole, because the way all the things they go as I do now, things they costly. Of course, we really know the basic things that more than food. I tell anybody, when country they develop, the first priority is food. And anything we will do, if you don't help people, like sometimes I can talk to when APC be in power, they fail Sierra Leoneans that by food because things are in there. When you think of other things, then they try. The food facility, they fail Sierra Leoneans a day. And food is the most important thing in that country. Because if you don't eat, how you go stand for go school, how you go stand for go work, how you go stand for go other things there. You understand? So like, I look at the expenditure. I remember during the election when the president, the campaign, and they tell me the Sierra Leoneans and say, come on, look, the government has spent too much of money for this. And they tell me about food and the this and the that, they need to cut down expenditure so the people are going to get better life. I remember that thing in me. But when income take over presidency in Sierra Leone, the extent starts from going up rapidly. The only thing they tell Sierra Leoneans is they do on double. Like, and they ask myself now, who's that Sierra Leone to go? Yeah. You understand? Because food is important that any country, now oversee with it, food are next to nothing. So when you do an economy, you got to start the food, the basic.
So okay, Mr. Adebayor. You make some critical points. Hence the reason why I ask you about the economics of the country, because we have to be honest. Like how you can say by your program, we all sabi, we all know, we all understand the economy where the party in power now inherit, and not be really they in good shape. Yes, they have not do some justice to them, but if they inherit something, you go get for give them some window outside and go able for adjust before you begin for attack them. So hence the reason why I ask about the, yes, you understand. Okay, thank you very much. So you understand the economical side where they come up from. So anyway, let we make progress, because I know say you want to say something. Okay, go on.
You know why, like, you get to a point, say, distance. You understand?
Okay.
The problem of silent politicians when they forget quick.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, immediately you take power for anyone they value to Sierra Leone. For any single day, a value to every human being. Because, like, let's say they don't pass through now, another thing again. But for the ringer like yesterday, so we all know say it too early, but when you the ringer like US, you don't know anything for do. Now 6 months, don't do so now. Judiciary just judiciary they take power. Now 6 months, I don't do so. Judiciary. So time not the rate for nobody. Time is money, you know it all the time.
Okay, makes sense.
So the moment you take power, the moment we start for tell you say I show you for good, I show you for good, I show you the same.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. You consider yourself, I think upon one of your audio, then you describe yourself as People's Power and Politics PPP. You know, you can use many jargons, and many of you tape them. The reason why I bring this up is, like, from the introduction where you talk about your movement, way heavy in terms of humanitarian, and then the politics of your country at the depth of your heart. But equally so, you like for throw what I want call tantrums. Because you know, so yes, you can call and say, are they passionate about in country and the direction where they go? And they say in people's power and politics now involves a care for in people them. But how can you explain yourself, you know, where you can throw abuses at the people? Sometimes it's Alex saying that the authority that you throw into, but it clear say to some of you audio them that now the people where they follow certain things and where you not stand for, where you not believe in, now they call stupid and halaki and some of the words I can't repeat them now. Do you think that's fair game?
It's a very good question you asked, and I really want you to answer this question today. Right? One thing we I believe in life, God give you all 5 senses. You understand? God give you all 5 senses. I can feel bad when somebody supports bad things. And just like now, you don't tell me, say, that computer already for you my white, and my white, me say my white. Then Me they tell you say na black. You something like something when you know, somebody they tell you say no, you don't know what. You need to feel plain past any other thing.
Like make a challenge you on that little bit. I understand who say you they come up. I understand who say you they come up from, but equally so, you get your opinion. The other person get your opinion. So you don't say na white, the other person say na black, but you see her as white, and the other person see her as black. The other person might not be right, you might not be right, but what can happen in this world is there is something what they call a gray area. So space day. Remember, say when they come up now school, you know, yeah, somebody tell we say at one point the art round.
I understand the point of view.
Yeah.
But like Sahelians, we need to learn one thing. We need to elect we country, not a politician we for elect, not a party for elect, but the country for elect. This is one politics we make sometimes like it go annoy, right? It's bad for the people who return 2 to 4. Me and you return 2 to 4. Me and you make 1-2 moves they happen. But still, but mercy. I got one example where I can always make to Sahelians. Somebody who very close to me. Somebody who love me. Somebody who like me so much. They go out for position in my country. Me, Adebayor, watch him. I'm not saying no, because I don't live with her. And not capable for the other thing. Me, Adebayor, I don't vote for her. I can always make myself an example. I don't ever vote for him. Why am I doing? Because they're not capable. I don't tell the papa where born me. Some people go look at us and they don't care. Such a case.
Yeah, but Ade, I know say you they talk about your sister. I don't listen to 3 tapes the way you pull about your sister. I know say that the example landed you the key. I can take on you, to be honest, on them basis the way you talk on the reason, first of all, why you not vote for because in not capable and later on. But there was another story as to some differences between you and him. And are you the same person? Me don't know that story, then are you the same person? So you pull an audio first where you talk about and then you pull 2 more audios, and I think say the third one now quite recently where you talk about outright and inside out.
Listen, why I make that? Why people come on social media attack me? Say now because my sister. So to make them clear to Sahelians, they're not only one Bellemont sister. You understand?
Yeah.
The person my papa and married before they die, I can kill them one day. You understand?
Okay. Ade, la pause you there because that's rather more personal, and I want to talk about substantive issues, issues of real substance, and take on you because you know, yeah, we not really get time. I want to take you back to an audio of July 17, okay, where you outright say there is no freedom of speech na Salone at the time. July 17, an audio where you make. You even talk about the strike na commercial bank because that time the strike when they happen at commercial bank, and you've been so furious, you know, yeah, for say this kind of thing never happened before. You don't get second thought now, say, well, what you been say at the time or the way how you describe it not being right, because it seemed like when the thing happened, you just go on the air and then you release a tape without actually understanding as to what mean it happened, and then the people get right for strike, but you they say now because of the government now make them in the strike, and this not ever happened from previous governments then, but it happened under this government. You don't get second thoughts about this and think say, well, strike can happen at any time because if people are not happy, they actually get it right, provided that the government provide them with the wherewithal for let them go now do and go strike. So then they strike now because of the government, but then we get a right for doing, but you don't know the story now. Do you have second thoughts about this, that the way how you've been described and then a much more different as it is today?
The funniest thing about it, I don't get second thoughts about it, because one thing that's me,
yeah.
The time when it's in Apple, not on the day when it's in Apple, approve you for that.
Yeah.
Now the next day,
okay.
Sometimes something that happened, I approve you immediately now.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I want to forget the facts then before I say something. Right? And the thing when they do the deep payment about bank, they cannot correct, and I will still talk as they cannot correct. You understand?
Right.
Because we all know why they do them. I want to get to the law for the education. The people of facility that they contact.
Okay, Adebayor, because we use a different, yes, hello, yes, you are back live, but because we use a different method, where people want call, because we use WhatsApp, where people want call, then that means I go lose you. So I've just rejected the call, and I know say, but who people want call and talk to you today? I wish we may talk now the direct line, but wait till they can't do. I think so I go get for switch over because I get people that we want to talk to you and ask questions. So me go call you on your direct line there in Holland. So you go able for equally listen to the question where people and they ask and etc. But let's make progress. You be they talk something about we know why the people protest na the bank.
The problem. This are material the people they work for, material they suffer for. You understand? For any benefits where the people they get, but they work out, not your government, and they work out for themselves. So the work saying they cut down all this because of getting free education. You understand? It's wrong. They don't make us say, well, it's like this indirectly people they pay. Because now people have money that you got for get this free education. Because according to you, you say you get the mechanism, you lock all the loopholes and bring the free education. But today we see how the community will suffer because of one get education. Infrastructure just go down because of waiting, one get education. So for me, I still stand on the radio and I don't get no way for investor because that's the right thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you say now the right thing as usual. You always believe that what you say is the right thing. But let's make progress on that little bit because first of all, yeah, the free education. I try for understand where you come up from because too much priority is being put on the free education and the way you they go about I sure say you they make more enemies than friends the way how you they put them because you seem for the complaint say well una they take yanda and they embark other places them for put number up on this free education. But I'll go back for the bank. Yeah. It's not only according to my understanding, it's not only because they may want to take money off people in the bank so they get for lose their incentive the way they may get for put on free education. But there was also issues of rampant corruption within the bank. Commercial bank, if you go into the story, Adebayor, yeah, there was so much corruption, going on in there. And if we say we are true patriots, then we get for call out something for what it is. Then we they do money laundering inside it, then we they wash money inside it, then big one, and then we they use them. One minute, please. Then big one, then we they use them, for launder money inside it, take money, send them abroad, wash them, bring and come back, and the rest of it, and it turn automatically their own. And people and believe say they not the bank, whereas the bank don't use that. And many other stories where no one go into. So you can understand if a new government come in place, then we'll try for block some of most of them thing and they, and will go down well with the junior staff. So this I understand will be one of the problems. Do we understand that?
Okay, the way you analyze through, the problem I always tell as I say, I'm not against the free education, number one. I'm not against anybody when they face corruption. But the problem when we get, the face corruption, the you corrupt. If none of the catch this man, that's not the problem I get. Then I want to make this thing clear on the media today. I don't hate you. I don't hate SLPP. The problem I get to the government, that the things when they say that they can't do, they say that people are not bad, okay? Because when people are doing bad, they don't change yet. But when they can do the bad, worse than what's in the world they maybe they do. But when people are talking, I say, no, I have to go there. It's wrong. You don't know the way right.
Yeah, but Adebayor, you make again a good point. But I want to take you on that. And before going further, I will ask you, do you recognize this government as a government that was elected by the people the way you say you love? In other words, this government get a mandate from the people of Salon. Do you understand that? Do you believe in that? Do you know say that not the case? That they get mandate, not to say that overthrow, but then get a mandate. Okay, so thank you. So therefore, you make a good case, but you can't be judgmental in your opinion at this time where it's still early. what I believe in, you can call them out on issues that when they do correctly, you know, yeah, you begin name and shame and etc. But begin for draw judgment and make judgments at this early stage where it's 6 months, and instead of the highlight the thing, but una be say una go sell Gary 500. How come Gary don't turn 1,500 and give them the benefit of the doubt? But you already they make judgment on a government which was elected by the people and only 6 months old. Do you think that's really fair?
Okay, to be honest with you, that's the one thing we do really understand. Everybody will listen, will really understand. Now, you said the government's too early. Now, 6 months sometimes, 6 months. 6 months begin, and don't begin to shake, and don't begin to spin.
But it get beaucoup back for do. It don't begin to shake, it don't begin to sit down, it get for pull teeth, it get for go school. So you get a chance, you get the benefits. Yeah. All right.
You know that problem. They still get 4 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you understand?
Yeah.
You see some folks they say that 5 years, never get 5 years again. That people have promotion of 5 years, 6 months they get. And 4 years, 6 months, okay. Let me say, let me see the Komola prayer. 10 years in the industry. And then, 10 years wait for nobody, by 10 years, 1 year, alone door. January, they can't do show, 1 year, they can't do show. There's no more, we need action. And I find out that we're investing something. And you understand?
Right.
When we come back in the show, we know we got to pay for the one. You understand? For carry on the one, forget to pay for the two, forget 20 ones like 3. So everything get restless. You understand? The foundation is not good, but the foundation is good now. I used to strong.
Right. Okay, so again, earlier on, just a minute or so ago, you say you love, not Leko, you say you love the president, the current president, His Excellency Julius Adebayor, retired brigadier. Yeah. But in many of your audios, let's be honest, let's be straightforward. You seem to be a straight shooter, so I won't be straight shooting with you. You don't show absolutely nothing but outright contempt for the president, sometimes down outright rude, okay, and insulting by virtue of the man in status and you president. Yes, you can get issues with them, but there's a way for go about them. But some of the language, very colorful language, then where you don't use against the president, some people find difficult, you know, here for swallow. That while Adebayor get qualms and issues with the current government and the president, but the kind of language, you know, here where they go ahead for use on people like the head of state is very unfair. Again, you seem not for Sidong and they look back according to 1 or 2 questions I don't ask you. With this issue, where you just say you like the president, you love him, although you want him for let do things right, so you they call him. But some of the language there where you don't use on the man is really colorful and outright disrespect to the current president. Have you sat down and have a second take? Will you regret them? Will you want to say sorry for the language where you don't use, or have a different way how you go like for Putam?
Brothers, I appreciate this particular question is very clear to me. I will say, me are the best man of Adebayor. You know why I say so?
No, explain please.
When Adebayor take power and salon, the first thing I do, the tell thanks to all who put it. You want to retire and say, I rebel, I jumped out, Kotan, these are the first to tell thank you. You understand? Not only one them now where they can get on there, they say, Paparazzi, they do so good, it is, it that, it's sweet, the America. No,
I agree. I agree. Adebayor, because of time, I understand where you're coming from. I know they ask you the question, or they try for say, you're not for criticize, you're not for critique. I believe in that strongly. I'm talking about the language that you use to an elected head of state. That's what I want to talk about.
I want to cost Adebayor, my leader, because me and one case from the police during the election say the cost leader not fine. I always tell people say most goes around, comes around.
Exactly. But
the problem is but I dey throw out. We listen, go and listen to me. I don't want to get to myself, but I be overthink. But no, you dey criticize the bad things there. But the people that want to support the bad things there, like the Lion and Slim, like that, they throw out for me. Of course, with story good. You understand? Not a customer that you know.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for that. I think I asked you something about this question earlier on, but I want to put them in a different way. Because always by you audio them, you claim to be speaking for the people, although it sounds very much like some portion of the people. But in speaking for the people, you always seem for they abuse them as well. You call them, you know, some really uncouth names, you know, like Munku. Nobody no go like for let them call them Munku. Anybody will sabi the meaning of Munku, you know, not go like for let them call them Munku, you know. Stupid one them, you know, we not get sense, una stick, una blah blah blah, and not go call some of the name them again. Adebayor, really? You think if you talk for the people and go really appreciate you, you feel say now so you get for scholar people and for bring them to the senses in your own way? Is there no other different way you can put this for the people?
Sometimes when you listen to me, you bring time to the children. Some certain things will like me. You understand? Like we also Emma music gospel stuff what's like now what's the common to Sierra-Leoneans? You understand? I mean, so like now they don't tell about say another school like man like this and that. What I do, I say I accept all the bad things. You understand? Like somebody came around group, I said, I don't know, you probably married the Lord. You understand? Somebody was telling me, say, no, I don't know if I die. So I even go to Adebayor and so why you can't lie? Hey, come on. You understand? People will take care in a day. You get people when they present Adebayor like bad somebody. You get people when they present Adebayor like good person. And when you do something, not do something for the people love you. Do something because you know that this is the right thing. I don't do it for any individual to satisfy any individual. And I do it for the masses, the people who they suffer, the people who don't get voice. Like that, they do it for. And I get some people say they pay me, and I get paid, no nothing. But because of the love we I get, now me they think for you, talking back, help other people.
Okay.
You understand?
All right. You mentioned Emerson in name and the word Munku. But when Emerson, you know, as an artist, use the word, they use them pejoratively, not so in the sense in which you use them. And Emerson, I know say for one of your audio back, you blast for Emerson because Emerson, I think he talk about the free education issue. But you fail for realize something like Emerson, now platform Emerson gets as an artist. Yes, it can go down well with some people. I mean, even the single he been sing today, it been get effect from the government yesterday, and the single he sing today will get effect from the government tomorrow. So we get for looking with an open mind. But Mr. Adebayor, I'll take on you on a different issue. Most of you audio them back. I don't know whether you realize this, but you seem for extol violence. You seem for the incite violence. I they ask you for look back on some of your audios or visit some of your audios because you get a message, and when we talk so, they feel you vibes, they get you message where you try for convey, but probably not the platform or the avenue where you try for use. Because if you want to get everybody on board, the message has to be different. Consideration will have to be given on all sides. But again, you seem for the incite violence. They ask people them for get up, for do something unconstitutional. They put people them in harm's way, in violence way. Do you really inside your conscience of your heart of hearts believe saying that so you for pursue things 6 months into a new government, a constitutionally elected government, you they ask people them for rise up, you know, yeah, in that strong, passionate voice where you get. Do you think that's fair?
One thing that thing that me, I always can tell everybody say, Alex alone pass Mr. Presidential. Sometimes I say, "Na me for die less than one better that die." You understand?
Right.
Somebody was saying, "I know what's in a killing. I know how people suffer. I know what to go through." A simple question I can ask by a moment. If you in a house, you never they can beat you picking every day, they beat you picking. The mommy they can as well come on, can tell you say, "Hey, no person can beat you picking." You not talk nothing. And do at the second time, they let complain, you not talk nothing. The third time, this thing they continue. You picking and work will rebel against you one day. Because they may say you not to show that somebody.
Yes, Ade, I agree, but you just simplify something, you know, you want to say we're very, very much more serious, very, very serious, which is, they talk about you in... Oh, okay.
We all sabi when the took that salon, when they took because of red flag, blue flag, people died. The president, the whole statement, they stand the Minister of Defense for going to radio and talk. Senator killed them, report them, their dog was a bad day. He said, "What person took them back? Took them in a salon." I remember, I recollect that the Germany went for a pretty strong statement. Someone went for test. With all the things that happens, one day the president will come and condemn. And you say you get a family. You say they lose salary. Then they advantage me in one side, you know the job. So like this are the thing where they say, if this thing continue, we need to rise up and put a stop to it.
But Ade, the best thing where you can call for, or the best way how you can call for this, you can't get far away from the problem and then you incite people them for put them into harm's way. If you're really passionate and mean what you say, you should be speaking politics now because you get platform for tell the people and say in 5 years time now so for do. You understand where I'm coming from? You can't be doing this. It can't be right for the people.
Because I remember.
No, Ade. I know they say you did do and forget position. Listen, keenly, my friend. Listen keenly. What I'm saying is, first of all, let we establish say your message where you propagate out there. If you incite people to violence, this is not the question I ask you.
No, I don't incite people to violence. I don't choose the people and let people do. Let them know their rights. Let them know say this thing we must stand up for them. I don't incite violence because I remember 2 years before election, we see so many civil society in Sierra Leone. So many civil society in Sierra Leone. Today, some of them are deputy minister, some of them are commissioner. What make the civil society dominant when these governments come to power? We all see the strike that take place in Sierra Leone. People that come out and demonstrate. People in the sofa, people in the news, so people begin on social media. When I want for the things when they can take the talent to come on social media, I think they think say what they do. You understand? Because now we are these folks. When the people are able to make like say they love Samuel, when the people are able to connect out, then people are so like, wow, we are showing all this wedding today.
Ade, with all due respect, I can understand that. But there are some audios in which you literally call for the removal of this government. That's what I'm saying. And now you can well, exactly, and this is my point. I'm glad the way you acknowledge. I'm glad the way you acknowledge this because this is the point that they try for me. Okay. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
We need to go out and stop them.
Okay. Okay, brilliant. At least you get the platform now, and thousands of people get for your this. I'm glad the way you clarify that, because this is the one issue I will bring to you, so you go set the record straight. Because Probably you mean one thing and people are understanding it, you know, or otherwise. But let's take you on this again. This Kutubu where you can insult all the time. Kutubu get a platform and we get differences of opinion. Kutubu might be annoying, but he gets a right to an opinion. And so do all of us. Waiting we not get right to now we own set of facts. So yes, you can't stand Kutubu for some reasons, but are they for not to one term you don't say and not to two term. So I ask you this question: when you say if you be near Kutubu, you the head bottom and pull 4 of in teeth, and you don't say more than 1 term, 2 term, are you really serious or are you just bluffing?
I swear to God, Kutubu will break your hospital road and they are repeat and 2 term back. I will slap her. Some big man they not pity respect. Because Kutubu they disrespect, you know they disorder.
Yeah, but that's a clear sign. Ade. When you get a platform, you don't make your argument as such. You know they say that kind of thing, and they maybe behind the scene, I know they tell you for do but behind the scene, probably now you go read and kind of talk there. When you get a platform, and this is exactly what I want to bring down to you, because you have a platform, and that goes to my next question. I'm sure say you want to be taken seriously. I sure say you want to put all the controversy behind. And if you want to do so, and you really want to speak for the Sierra Leonean people, the young, the old, the weak, the sick, don't you think that the message you get for refinance so people will accept you, you know, not to I don't know even how for put them, but you refine the message so that even the small one, then the young one, because sure enough, you not parents. I remember say somebody call you say boy, you say no, me not parents, something like that along the line. So therefore, I not think say you go let you picking the yeri such colorful language. So if you not go let you picking yeri such colorful language, yeah. So don't you think, Ade, let me land with the question since you understand where I'm coming from. So therefore, don't you think if you want to reach serious audience, far, wide, and near, you can still deliver the same message passionately, strongly, but with a different kind of language?
To be honest with you, when you play a role model, you got to be an example.
Thank you very much.
That's for sure. And I'm going to say, I need to smoke, I need to drink, I need to put me to a system, and I always do things them good.
Well, this is a typical example of you don't necessarily need for smoke, you don't necessarily need for drink. And there we go again. You can't blame them and justify why you they use the language. What are they try for do now for upside down? All right, go ahead, please.
The problem about me, I don't need to afraid what I let God. But anything else I will do, I will ashamed to talk as I well. Me, I'm not a man. I learn from mistake that's true. But for anything else I will do, I don't know because I don't want to be hypocrite because of me, I know, but never said my name. You understand? I make anything I mean, not say I will do. I will press them out. I will talk them. Say this I will do. People will say me. People will know me. Then they tell you I don't know. Let's say we do something. They will do and about to sabi for. Now, for anything I do on the right way. And I want to do something I regret. That's not me. I don't do something I regret. I say, me, but I don't do this.
No, that's Ade, you are human being. That's a degree of arrogance. We're not perfect, and you should know this. And when you come back again at social media platform where you speak to thousands of people, where Papa God self, I believe, Ade, in the infinite wisdom, go sit down something and catch it, say, if I be not doing so, even though you can't to Satan or what have you, maybe you get a different, and much more you mortal man, go say, absolutely, and this is the point what this guy for make. And this come back again to the language, where you use something, the language not get for be violent, but the way how you put on like, well, I don't have any regrets. How can you be a human being with conscience and you not get no regrets? So in other words, then give you information, one minute, please, 1 minute. Then give you information on some very important, beginning with your tape. I get one very important message where I want you not today, Sierra Leone and them. Sometimes you don't get information. That information is sometimes a hot information. So the way how you go portray on a social media, you not portray, and so you take ownership of them and heap and down. And in the end, it turned out for be different. And I'll give you an example, and a very good example. Some time ago, a few months ago, few people and jump on the bandwagon, you not be one, say the president be sick up to a point where he's crippled. They don't turn comatose or whatever. And you bring a voice. You go along with that kind of story there. That story there for people like you. Now, major story them, and you get for take them how you portray them. So if you not get them right, that's equally bad. And this story, it turned out for say the people that we propagate that, they're not getting right because they say the president not there. Look the president, look the tape.
I love the way you come up with this.
Thank you.
When the president they say is sick, before they are around, maybe don't get message from Monday, on the Monday I don't get message. I don't ever say anything. I will see so many voice notes, so many audio. I think 2 years. Now I come to the social media and tell people and say, if they do that as a president, when president sick, they don't just come and talk him. Because now somebody when they lead people in. I said that you may be 50%. If you are maybe 50%, if you are go over the audio way. That is 2 thirds I said if you are maybe 50%. If you are 2, maybe 50%. Let everybody just stay cool and watch waiting will happen. You understand? Then when I put video for counter-attack, waiting people and talk, now we came out, I said, oh, if you don't say this man well, people will say this man well. I said, if to me take to the video, let me see. I said, when I watch the man fruits, when I watch, if you demand they work well, I hope you understand. I mean,
well, of course, I understand. I nearly deny what you say, but I believe say you come out with. No, not to you. If you read the way I put the question is, we all jump on the bandwagon. Some people they use leverage, and this come back to the fact say there are things that we can regret. So what you say, whilst he correct, but what you been the try for imply then another make judgment is you been the direct people, and because you pull about three audios, I believe. Okay, I can't say the exact 3, but yeah, 2. So one of them is you went along with the popular say, and then the second one you try for sanitize and for justify and say, well, that was being very clever, and that in itself now retracting and taking a normal position. And at the point this what they try for make to you, and we need to understand this, Ade, that if you get a platform and you use critical words like role model, yes, you don't need for bring your trusses down, or for talk violence, not mean say you get for the smoke, you get for the drink. You can be a very normal sound person, but you get a true personality, you know, and things like that. So in that regard, I say we all can make mistakes. Mr. said the broadcast, and I can get information. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Let you simple understand. The one I say, I know they do something I regret. Like now, anything I want to do, I dey cross-check myself. No, say to this thing I dey do it, right? Or no, because no one do and I regret. And then for any time I dey tell people and say, we one day want to talk on social media on the impossible statement.
Okay.
Because the past statement and the issue of the missing past statement.
Okay, we don't the approach.
I guess a platform where to share first.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Now we make progress because we don't approach the hour mark. Recently you come out with another audio, and this one is very fresh. And then the national reformation movement. Then within the party, I think obviously from the sound of things, you were approaching at the background, which absolutely normal where people and they try for promote something, and other people and get media space and platform, then go always try for approach people and we get them platform then they. But then again, as soon as you were told, I believe, you come out now though, thing for be, you know, yeah, privacy, the way I want to discuss and whatever I want to discuss, they you not agree with them. But then you come up, then you had a verbal attack on the NRM. You get a right for take a position, but then you come out, you attack them. The reason why I highlight this back is because you can for portray yourself as somebody neutral and objective. Because you can take sides and then later on you backtrack and say, well, no, this is for the people. Okay? But if this is for the people, why you take so much offense if one party come out inside one other party and ask for reformation?
Okay, thank you very much for this question. I always go back to the audios then. I will tell Sierra Leoneans and see, I put Salon first. There are two big political parties and then God don't do it today. The ruler country, bad or good day, nothing. So for anything where they come now for distract them, like making go against them things they do. You understand? But now, when I see things there, we all remember 10 years of opposition, the SLPP were now waiting government. Right? People even accuse them, say, when they are an escoma and pocket. Because they know they oppose. They know they see things and they don't want they know they talk. So like, if APC don't be opposition now, the only people that will get the mind now for oppose the SLPP and APC. Because now then they talk more for the people. You understand? Then question moment like this, just get some few pokes and can say, now this, now that, when I want change. Now change just happens so as Kaleo, just now. People will cry for this kind of change. People will suffer for this kind of change. Right? They know never want change. That's why I want to distract the whole system needs to be opposed. Me not here it's right. Right? And they say many hands makes it right. If you mean they oppose, APC they oppose, then when we get one road, you understand? And then two political parties, I remember during the election, the NDC, the SLPP, the APP, all the 15 parties are all the see one side. Why? Because every stop narrating this one. And if you observe, one thing that they tell the government of the bad things already happen, that in the big opposition, why are you? So if you observe people like this say, are they with them? Then no, I'm a Sierra Leonean. I don't vote for a Cuban party.
All right, so I'll take on you. Make I take on you on that basis of that point. Thanks for clarification. But if people then call for reformation, first of all, the party lost an election. Yes, then they do the inside job by the 9-man committee or whatever way they call them. In other words, they have to take a back look and see why they lost the elections and etc. going forward. But a group of themselves come out say, well, we don't want to break up the party. And this is not my understanding. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We don't want to break up the party, but what we are doing, we are calling for a reformation within the team. In other words, the approach will be used. Then come out with a document, by the way. Then say the approach will be used and some of the reasons why we lost the elections. Here it is. So therefore, we have to make an about-face turn. So we don't want to fracture the party, where possibly can happen. But what we want for do, the party need for change. We need for change then tactics and the way we don't use. The former president been saying 3 months' time he resign. Up till now, he not resign, but probably for good reasons, for keep the party as a whole. For other people that believe say there could be a transitional administration in place. So it not necessarily get for be the former head of state Ernest by Koroma. It can be a group of people that when a caretaker them up to the point where they go decide for change. But anyway, that's up to them, and you don't clarify. Yeah, you want to address something. Yeah, go ahead, please.
When I say I want information,
yeah,
right? Then they say the manipulation of the picture, man.
So ask the question again, please.
Then they say,
yeah,
they ever make election of the picture, man, to themselves.
Well, again, it's a fair question, but if I understand them and understand them, I think I don't interview them before and I understand, say, then a pressure group. Then I really pressure.
This is the problem of Australians. Pressure group, let me tell you, especially now can make an audio, I don't know if it's correct. Right?
Yeah.
I said the big mistake was when the PC made, the executive made, that committee from 1 hour less. There's no way. When I know how I don't know, I don't loss. This is all fact.
No, yeah, but Ade, the reasons behind the loss has to be documented. Then get for Sidong. Now this not normal process. It's a process. So that process they get for take place. Whether a 9-man committee or 13-man committee.
The problem we need to get to them. They're you understand?
How you know say they're not organized? You see, you're being judgmental again without providing facts. So I ask you directly, how you know say they're not organized?
Everybody gets no interest.
All right.
Everybody gets no interest. But you never believe soon you will know. Because you get certain people around the big folks that they pass on that way. Everybody send it. Everybody send you. Everybody gets your interest. Everybody gets your interest.
So that reliable source of yours, in not get interest. So obviously, in they against. Not so?
No. The problem is say reliable source. Both APCS and one thing was the network of North Salon very powerful. You understand? And I can tell you, say North Salon even gets memory, right? But reaching yourself.
Adebayor, this interview or this conversation between me and you is very, very interesting, and I can tell you, say the chat room as we speak now is heavy, a pack and discussion they go on as we speak, and thousands of people get for your readings. I just want to welcome few people and quickly, and this now Alhaji Conte, Arun Pape. Emerson don't tell pa EBK government say we na Munku government. Okay, this now just comments them from Mr. Desmond Kai Jimmy, Mr. Mosise, and a lot of people are in the chat room, here tonight because of this vibes today. Anyway, on the issue of NRM, we will left from a such that is up to them. Waiting me know is anything we then say reformation, it's a good thing. How we come about is another thing where I can get issues with how them going come about. Yeah. Yeah, so it's up to them. But I'll ask you. Uh-huh.
When people pressure them, they say no on the constitution. When people unless you don't affect, they say no constitution. What do the constitution don't do to them?
So
if you don't do the unless you don't affect, if you don't do someone on the affect, what do they want? You
mentioned the ex-president. Yeah, go on.
30 years cause. Now never fight through. You get people in there like the chief minister and the special. They say empty papa na us, a pass you papa no day. Because when they don't like you don't carry complain. Right? If they don't get against sense, I understand say the information we expect them for letting them do. If they say account and this man got problem, we will settle it. If they say so too many people we will settle it. We will tell public everybody together. But that's what I expect them for. Most of the time when I get checked, what to say my friends people die bad. I do information all day.
Okay, so you believe as a family, even if they get differences, they for sort them out in-house. Not so. All right. All right. All right. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Adebayor. I mean, we go left the rest with the N. We go left the rest with the NRM themselves. But one thing I want take is now issues of confidentiality. Where would the broadcast so you get boku secrets the way they can to you, go get boku people the way they can confide in you, and sometimes they expect you for keep them in-house. And there is a mantra we say if you want to let more information the flow, let people let it gravitate towards you. You get for protect that integrity there. You get for protect the secrecy if you like. So person can tell you something, you not agree with them. Even if you want to talk about them, you can find a way where you go talk about them publicly, but probably not directly, like accusing, yeah, finger pointing, this rubbish on a depan, and what have you. But let's move on, Adi. You mentioned the past president, EBK, and I want to ask you a direct question and very personal question. You mentioned the ex-president EBK and it's by Koroma a couple of times. And for all you audio then where you don't give Adebayor, not a single criticism have you had for the past president. And you not only stop at not being critical of the past president on issues possibly where you can be critical about, but you've had all kind of praises for EBK. Is there something personal between you and EBK? Like EBK know you, you know him, when they talk, they provide advice to you. Can you tell the general public who you stand with EBK? Because like you here said correctly, not one day, Adebayor, have you ever criticized the ex-president other than just praises?
Thank you very much for this important message, information, and question you asked me. So many people don't ask this question. I always be honest to myself and God and serve the conscience well. Then, may every cannot be toxic. Now we can clear to all Sierra Leoneans. The only time where I believe Senator able to talk, at the time when he came Belgium as president, when we become at the embassy there, the embassy led, like, when we get interview with Samuel. You understand? The fortunate for interview Samuel. That was the time we greet. You understand? We greet. But since then, we never get any talk with that part. The problem about me to EBK, I make it clear to Sierra Leoneans. I always tell Sierra Leoneans and say, and I school man not to send. Now, a human being, you understand? But Sierra Leoneans, they go out there and say, this man will do nothing. And Sierra Leoneans, we get for one thing, sometimes when somebody cares for your own net, no ask where you are yet. This is one for the team when we can go when they make an advice and a full on. You understand? Because the only matter the elevation of power, lots of my thing the way we build that, say this and we do it. You understand? If you observe me, the ex-president Pakabaki always make an example to them. But things the way too. You understand? You don't go tell me, say, no, what's happening a little better? They get things the way we build that.
So okay, Ade, you know, get direct link with the president. It can possibly be that there is a link. I know they say there is, but yeah, since you clarify, say you not get direct link with them, so probably there is another link. But the bigger point what I've been trying to make, and I understand you. I hear you. I get you that people and they come out and say this man not do anything. I am one, we not agree because the things the way he do, they are tangible, they are feasible. You can touch them, you can see them, you can use them. So yes, he did. But the question was, never, while you get hot criticism for others, especially the current administration, not a day. In other words, it sounds like you agree with the ex-president in everything that he did. Yeah.
Now during the election, I take up this responsibility, this thing I do so.
Okay.
Now this is our people know. Now during the election, even if the APC will win back, the same way they go out on the SLP, so the same way I will go out on the APC too.
Okay.
You understand? The problem about me is that during the election, I come inside and tell people that for costly they are not good. So. We're not going to say this, we're not going to say that. And in the time when I'm going to defend mother for certain issue, people attack me saying that SLP are away. That happened. The only problem where I get to problem with MGC. Say no, we are able to create more impact there. APC SLP, now the level we sabi.
All right, Adi, with the approach. All right, Adi, with the approach, the mark. We approach the mark, and I need for make quick progress because we already approached the mark. You mentioned NGC, and exactly the next question I want to ask you. You see, you are a very controversial young man, and it sounds sometimes, like you get a theme. You do have a message. I can agree with that. You get a theme, but sometimes, they can sort of flip flop. Like I believe in a day you can come out with 2 audios, and probably the reason why you can come out with 2 audios, probably I just to say, now for either add more beef to the bone or for correct something slightly, without probably people and even they notice that. But I've had time for really listening to you. Some time ago, one time, to the surprise of many people, and because I personally get calls, Adebayor just suddenly praised Dr. Kande Yumkela of the NGC. You even go up to the length, here for say this is not the man, which surprised a lot of people. But then recently again, you turn around and call the party rubbish, Dr. Kande Yumkela in party rubbish, which is the NGC. They don't know the hate from the tail, they don't know side and they go and etc. And you try to give 3 reasons as to why you say so. And the 3 reasons, I get people in back call and they say them baffled. It's like, but why Adebayor they say so? Me not even understand. And the 3 reasons are, 1, where I will let you clarify, because I get people in here now where want to read that clarification there, and for the betterment and good for everybody. You say because the man married a Southerner. I don't know what thing they get for do with the party being foolish because the leader of the party married a Southerner. I want to deal with them one by one. So this is not the first reason where you give. So if you can deal with that, I will mention the other 2.
Thank you very much. Go back and listen to the audio.
Right.
I said, when they married a Southerner, not a problem. Go back and listen to the audio.
Okay, I will.
You understand?
Yeah.
I said, when they married a Southerner, I said, not a problem. I said, but this woman, I don't see no demonstration against the ex-president of America. I said, proof them there to the effect.
Yeah, but now in right, isn't it? Now in right, just like any other Sierra Leonean. You see, once again, you take up issues with people that will demonstrate against Ernest very personally. No, there one audio come out where you praise them. You even point out saying that the man is. Yeah.
I understand our son, then I wait, then we come back. I said, no. I said, look, for what I never see. That's a good salute our son. I never see our life.
Okay, Lord not derail from the thing where I want you clarify. 3 things. One of them you say because the man married.
I said, well, that's kind of parliament. I said, I believe Sarah will get a rich parliament this time around.
Yeah.
I even keep it observed. This data I even talk about. I said, this time we expect we could get tangible parliament. It's like that was than ever.
I agree with that. The way I want to let you address the reason why you rubbish, 3 reasons why you rubbish, and the first reason because we get 2 more, then we'll close the program. One of the reasons you say because the man married a Southerner, so the party rubbish. Now that I want you clarify to the listener them. Okay, now you explain what you mean, please.
I said not a problem. I said because if you watch during the election, the man not create no impact on the side. I only want to come on the side and go back to side and commit. You understand? Go back and listen to the audio. I listen to that conversation. There are so many groups there.
Okay.
I'm not accused and say because he married Southerner now.
Okay, let's move to point. I agree. So let's go to point number 2. Point number 2, you also rubbish the NGC party and the leadership, Dr. Kande Yumkela, because I think one trip where Dr. Kande Yumkela make to America, he back the free education of Julius Maada Bio and the SLPP government. You say because of that, the party rubbish and Dr. Kande Yumkela rubbish. Why?
Because Kande Yumkela say there's no way when Maada Bio is done because he educates past Maada Bio. You understand?
But politics can bring strange bedfellows.
I'm telling. No. If we come to UK, we all know this free education, we all like that. We appreciate that. But the way and manners, how the free education, how mother no character, and not correct, and not nice for the people of Sierra Leone.
Yes, but Dr. Kande Yumkela, let we be honest. Adebayor, let me be honest to Dr. Kande Yumkela and the issue we just said just now. Now, the principle, now Dr. Kande Yumkela been they talk about, which we all as Sierra Leoneans therefore embrace, the principle of free education. Yes, we may have issues with the way how they put them out and roll them out and etc. We know that there are issues with that. But the principle, even me self-support the principle, and I know say you self-support the principle, and the principle Dr. Kande Yumkela been they talk about. Yeah, sure.
They all be doing a social media 24 hours.
Right.
This is the past movements. Tell the past movement like this. Then you know this government will don't take 6 months. When I turn the first of Sierra Leone, people they go through a lot. This man said they for support. So why end up with support the government of the day when they make small progress?
Okay. Okay, finally, you rubbish the party and the leadership again, and they talk about the NGC because you take them all and lump them inside one pot. You say because NGC na SLPP, so therefore they're rubbish.
Yeah.
So you stand.
Right?
All right. Fair enough.
The question.
Adebayor, why do you call an elect? First of all, from the beginning of this interview, I did ask you whether you realize, you recognize, you accept, say, that the present government was duly elected by the people. So therefore, they get a 5-year parliamentary mandate for all that country there. And of course, you agree. But why do you call a government where you agree with, like Dry Eye People's Army coup government? Why do you? Are you being provocative? Why?
So many people ask this question. Thank you very much. Why do they use this word, People's Army? Because the things that when they happen at the country, the foreigners when they go on at the country, it's too much. It's too much. And I think People's Army, they know what they do so. When you pick somebody else, then the one they take in court, the other beats the end of the left. We don't see this government in a power, somebody go to police. The answer say yes, I will choke. The number. We don't see this government, somebody that brings money. When the president talked to her, he said the connection ring, I said this government I don't get her. The connection ring that 2 sets don't get her. We all see that together, we all see that proof today.
Okay.
They don't act like democratic government.
Right. So again, why? Okay, I understand them today because I can always want to understand them. Why do you call them People's Army, Dry Eye, coup government, or whatever? Why do you equally call the current head of state China Bio?
Thank you very much. Why I decided to call him China Bio? Because Mother Bio himself criticized China. I remember 2012. But 2011, committed the election, Mother Bio at BBC, the interview, they say all the BBC they make, that cosmetic, that Chinese show they don't better. They oppose every damn thing. You understand? Then, if this man don't criticize China, and don't talk everything bad about China, then today this man they won't go China. That's like a stupid news, a fool me. You understand? But when you see China as bad people, then today now, you know, the new language where the SLPP don't count, you say that 2 different Chinese names. Like seriously, the president to the China, where Mother Bio go meet, not on the same president that is Komadi go meet.
All right.
Like seriously.
All right.
People just take me as stupid people.
All right. On this note, Mr. Adebayor, it's been quite an interesting interview. On that particular note there, I want to bring this interview to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking to Adebayor of Love Salon and left by that social media fame. At least he managed to clarify a lot of things, and I try for take them on issues where we all get issues with, which now things the way we perceive as violence, you know, the way how we incite people them and the message because they get platform. Hopefully we might see a different Adebayor. On a different note, I want to make it clear to Una that this platform then and now managed for raise £350 from around the world. Now a fund where they go towards the recent Mile 91 tragedy in which one young man where they call Abdul was killed. This is non-political. This is purely humanitarian. We don't send that money in a free tongue as we speak. I mean, just want to use this platform for commend everybody. We put 1 cent inside. And of course, not so everybody did, but one commend everybody. But one for let we hold we serve as a social enterprise, as a community, because we are better together than divided. So we need for come together as a people. This is quite important. The things that we divide, we are far small and less than the things that we unite with. Where we there about, so we were there about.